So dads, now it's time to show up. So I want to have a chat and share some ideas why it's so important that we as dads and or we as men show up and do it in a completely different way. So I think we all know the price of not showing up, but really now is the time to set us free. Because we really have an opportunity now to become the best dad that we possibly can be, to be the best man that we possibly can be, and be the most powerful version of ourselves. And I can share that really I know the price and the pain of not being there. And there is no perfect level to end up in. It's a continuous journey. But really, what a lot of us experience is feeling stuck, feeling like a victim, that we are not in control of our own lives anymore. And life is overwhelming, and so many men today end up in addictions. And I think like all men are addicted, and it's no problem as long as we take charge of our addictions. But there's so much shame, and it's not okay to be a man today in so many ways, and that leads to addiction and a lot of pain, and we don't have a space to talk about it. And I really speak from my own experience also. It's not obvious, and it leads to stress, it leads to anger and outbreaks and all this pain that gets projected from us, living a life that we do not own, living a life that we did not design. And the point of it is that if we don't take charge, our kids take charge, our wives take charge, or Mother Earth take charge, and it's really not worth it. Like my daughters, they're so beautiful, and as soon as I don't own my feelings, they have an outbreak. As soon as I'm not fully present in my expression and holding them, they have an outbreak. They just they go mad, they start screaming and get super angry. And it's like, so it takes a couple of minutes for me, and it's like, I did feel this thing, I didn't know what it was. And okay, it's something like that. And I need to connect and take ownership. And when I do that, stop projecting my energies and my emotions, they come down. It's amazing. But really, how do we design a life that is so, that really supports us to be the best version of ourselves? How do we get, the network to do that? And how do we create a living, create businesses that support us? Now we share with you like the keys why I think creating a dadpreneur business is the best way to support us to not fall back into kind of old habits, old traps. So we know this negative bad pattern, we know the pain of that, and we all have felt like victims, like there's no other way out. And we need the support, we need the guidance, we need the inspiration of like men showing up. And that's what our kids also have. Like I have daughters, so I know my daughters will not marry a man that is better than I am. It's very unlikely. And I want to go to bed every night knowing that I showed up for them, and knowing that if they marry a guy like me, they will be very lucky. It's so clear. And it's the other way around. If I would have sons, the same way around there also, right? Yeah, how he will show up for his wife is how I treat my wife today. So I believe in something, and that's when a dad shows up, his family transforms. And also, what does it mean for you to show up fully? How does it look for you to show up emotionally, physically, whatever way you need to show up? But can you imagine that as soon as we show up to something fully, stop holding back, stop being led by anxiety, by old stories, result comes immediately. Did you ever experience that? It's really cool. So I experience that, like I hold back all the time in bigger and small ways. And as soon as I come to my wife, come to my kids, come to my clients, or whatever it is, like, no, this is it. This is the situation. Let's deal with it. All the fear disappears. But when I say, oh, I'm not good enough, I'm holding myself back, no one should see this, then it kind of builds up, right? Yeah. So really, the reason why the dadpreneur lifestyle is kind of the ideal way is it keeps us accountable. Like as men, as dads, we are built in to kind of work hard and get results. We feel good about that, and we can fight against that, but we can also support it in a positive way. So I see like when a man has a work that makes him passionate, come alive, makes him the best version of himself, makes him a high producer, it doesn't stress him out, but it's aligned with who he is and who he wants to become. A lot of magic happens. But what we fail to do is that work becomes something we do for money, and the money is number one, and the time we spent or the emotions we feel, or the part of ourselves that we need to suppress to get the money, are not on the table. And that's the old way of working. That's how it's been in the past hundreds of years. But now it's a new model. I will share this like very, very simple 4 parts. But when we design our life and our work and our business from these 4 parts, not only one being profit, then everything transforms. Because what we focus on tend to happen, right? Where focus goes, energy flows. So if your focus is to have a profit, yeah, cool, do that. Also include these other parts. And when we focus on them at the same time, we put attention to all of them, we can create to manifest them all without anyone losing. And it's really powerful. So it's very simple. So first, create a business where you can put family first, where the time and energy and whatever you need to design like that. No one knows what it means except you. You know what it means to put family first. Be clear about that. Not many are. Step number 2, create a business that generates great profits. You don't have to struggle being stressed out, because what happens when you're stressed out, we become lizards, and lizards are not very smart and not very good dads, not very good husbands, not very good service providers to our clients, right? So generate great profits so you can be calm and relaxed, be your best self. Number 2, design a business from your passion, from your purpose. Number 3, yeah, passion and purpose. If you were to do something that you're really passionate about, that you really care about, that fulfills your purpose, creating positive change in the world, wouldn't that be cool? Why not do that? I'm not saying it's easy, but it's worth it, right? Anyway, it's likely going to work for another, 10, 20, 30, 40 years with something. Why not something that fulfills you, make you crazy passionate? Just, yeah. We have the choice. You deserve to do that, and the world needs you to do that. And number 4, create a business that creates a good legacy for your children. Like create a better world and create something that they can be proud of. So this is what a dadpreneur business is. It consists of these 4 parts. If your business doesn't create these 4 things, then it's not a dadpreneur business, and it's a business, and whatever. If you like it, cool. But why not set the standard high? Why not do that? And what happens then? When a man creates a business with these 4 parts, he becomes different kinds of dad. He just becomes a better guy. And I kind of try to sum it up what actually happens, and that's another 4 parts. So the dad, kind of the old model of a dad, is a dad that cash up and check out. He shows up with the money, he pays for the food and the rent or whatever, and then he checks out. But here's a new model, and it's a dad that provides with his physical presence. He provides with his emotional presence. He provides with his financial presence, and he provides with his inspired leadership. So all the things happen automatically when we create a dadpreneur business. We become, since we design our life that we can put family first, we put family time high on the priority list, right? So we can be there physically. And emotionally, we're there much better because we're working with something we care about. So we become much more emotionally available for our families. Number 3, of course, we make great profits in business so we can provide financially. And number 4, when we lead ourselves into our purpose with something that we really care and love, we become leaders. We lead ourselves, and we can lead our families in a way that makes them safe and make them a beautiful version of themselves. When we have the courage to lead, when we show up with leadership, our children show up with leadership, our community shows up with leadership. And leaders is what we desperately need today. So this is the simple model of the dadpreneur revolution. So if you want to level up how you are being a dad today, take part of the dadpreneur revolution. It's super simple. So we have a group, Facebook group, you can join that. But also I have this free template that you can do to design your perfect dadpreneur lifestyle. It consists of the 4 first part, to create a business without any compromise. So it's a 4-part template, and I'll put it in the link here just in a moment. And download it, and there's a free training also where you can do it step by step. We can do it together. And this is super powerful. It puts everything in a completely different perspective. They get the things that need to get done. Gives super focus, super amazing. Yeah, so check it out. I hope this was valuable for you. Thank you. Bye-bye.